In this recording, we are going to discuss a very important area in the interpretation of graphs. To do this, it is very important to associate the x variable with the word solutions and the y variable with the word value. So to find the value of y, you have to evaluate into this equation. You have to input the x solution into the equation where x is and evaluate, meaning to find the value of y. So y is the value and x is the solution. Always bear that in mind. That's very important. Now we have a question number 2. It says, what are the solutions for the following? Okay. So when the value of y is equal to -1, what is the solution? Okay, so it's very important for me to put here y values. So these are the y values. -1, 7, etc. And we are going to find the solutions, the x solutions for these y values. Please make sure that you have this vocabulary very, very clear. So when the value of y is -1, what is the x solution? So now, in order to do this, we must evaluate this equation by using the x solutions, and then we can plot the graph, and then we can find the solution. We can solve for x, for particular values of y. So when x is -4, what is the value of y? So what we do, we put -4 in the place of x, and we can recall that a negative times a negative is a positive. So -1, there's an invisible 1 there. If we don't see a coefficient, it is 1. Coefficient means a number that is multiplied. Bear in mind, we said that when you are looking at the math video, you have to have your pen, pencil, and paper ready in hand to take notes. So the word coefficient in algebra means a number that is multiplying. So -1 is multiplying to -4. So -1 now is a coefficient. So if we don't see a coefficient, there's a 1. And in this case, it's a -1. So -1 times -4 is equal to a +4. A negative times a negative is a positive, plus 7. And this will give us +3, sorry. And this will give us 7. Okay, so the value of y when the x solution is -4 is 7. What about -3? So we put -3 there, and -3 times -1 is a +3. 3 plus 3 is 6. So as you can see, the y values are decreasing by 1 when x is increasing by 1. X is always increasing. These solutions are always increasing from left to right. And the intervals might differ, but in this case, the x is increasing by 1. -4, -3, -2, right up to 4. And you notice that now the y now is decreasing by 1. So this is the actual gradient, -1. Okay, here it is. So we expect when you put -2, we're supposed to get 0. Let us prove it. -2 times -1 is a +2. No, we're supposed to get, that's supposed to be 6, sorry, 6. So we're supposed to get 5. Okay. So then what do we have here? 2, +2 plus 3 is 5. So we can safely decrease the y values by 1 each time the x value is increasing by 3. So we have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and 1. Let us prove the 1 there. That's a positive 4. A negative times a positive is a negative. So that's negative 4. And negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1, sorry. After 0 is a negative 1, we're going down. We are continuing decreasing. So negative 4 plus negative 3 is negative 1. All right? So that's how we evaluate. Right, so here's the equation. You don't have to write negative 1, but there's an invisible 1. Now, we've got to plot this graph, plot these points on the graph so that we can find the values of y find the solutions for these values of y. So here we have the graph. As you can see, the line on the graph shows you the behavior of the y. X is always increasing from left to right. But as you can see, this y is decreasing from up to down. Okay? It is going down, from up going down, as x is always increasing from left to right. Okay? X is increasing in that case from -4 to 4 by 1 every time. And the y now is going down now by 1. Okay, the line always shows you the behavior of the y. The x solutions always increasing from left to right. Here it is. But the y can do many different things depending on the equation. It can either go up, it can go down, it can not go up neither down, depending on what the equation is. Please bear that in mind. And the graph will reveal to you in a visual sense, a pictorial sense, like a picture, what the y is doing. Always bear that in mind whenever you look at a graph. Please take note of that. Now, when y is equal to -1, y is equal to -1. All right, we're looking for y -1. What is the value of x? So let us use this line to first locate -1 on the y-axis, the vertical axis. So here we are. We're on the negative side of the vertical axis, and we're going to locate -1. So here is -1. That's 0. That's 1 up there. Below there is -1. So let us find the x for this. So that's where these two vertical lines intersect on the graph, the green graph, and it appears to be 4. Okay? So when y is equal to -1, the x solution is actually 4. And you can actually prove this on the table of ordered pairs. Here it is. When y is -1, x is equal to 4. So this is this solution for this scenario. Okay. What about when y is equal to 7? So let's look for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And what about the value of x? The solution for x, sorry. We have to reserve the word solution for x and value for y. The solution x is -4, it appears to be, when y is equal to the value of y is equal to 7. And you can actually prove that in the table of ordered pairs. When the value of y is 7, the x solution is -4. What about when y is equal to 0? The value of y is equal to 0. So let's come down here. When the value of y is equal to 0, what is the x solution? Well, the x solution appears to be 3, okay? When the y value is 0, the x solution is 3. There it is. And we can prove that in the table of ordered pairs, when the value of y is 3, the x solution is 0. What about when y is a positive number, when y is greater than 0? So where is y greater than 0? That is above the x-axis. So it appears that y is greater than 0 here in that region there. All their y is greater than 0, positive 5, positive 4, and so forth, right up to 0. So this appears to be an interval of x solutions from -4 to 3. That is where y is greater than 0. Please bear that in mind. Y value greater than 0, the x solution is an interval from -4 to 3. That is where the y values are greater than 0, meaning positive. So the x solutions for when y is greater than 0 is from -4 to 3. All the x solutions between -4 and 3. Okay? 0, 1, you have to go up. 2, you have to go up. -2, you have to go up to find the y. -3 solution, you have to go up to find the value of y. Okay, so all these x solutions will give you positive values of y. So what about when y is below 0, when y is negative? Below 0. Above 0 is positive, and below 0 is negative. Where is y below 0? Here is from 3 to 4, as you can see. From 3 to 4, that is where y is below 0. That's where y is negative. So the x solutions for when y is below 0, when y is negative, that's a different way of saying it, is from 3, the x solutions from 3 to 4. Okay, that is the x solutions for when y is below 0. And when y is above 0, is from -4 to 3. And at 3 exactly, y is actually equal to 0. The solution for y value being 0 is 3. So the solution for y above 0 is from -4 to 3, and the solution for y below 0 is from 3 to 4. Above 0 means positive, and below 0 means negative. So please take note, rewind the tape, and please take your notes on your notebook and so forth, so that you can study this and practice it as much as possible.